because she just does so much. She's a mother of 2 children. She's a sports massage therapist. She's a cancer survivor. And now she runs, swims and cycles and dominates social media. But we have one thing in common, and that's the magic Kalahari buff. And I've got a little competition. I've got a pristine new Kalahari buff to give away. If anyone wants to email me and say, I want details of the Kalahari Akrabi's Extreme Marathon, my details are in the top of the chat. Email me and I'll pick a winner out. If you live in a really lovely place where I can go running, I'll come and deliver it in person. If not, I'll send it in the post. Cassandra's just disappeared to get her buff, so I better keep talking. It's just an incredible story. And in 2019, she was, there we are, she was going to come over and run the Kalahari event, but cancer got in the way. And Nadia, because she's like a mother hen to us, all us KEM people, she sent Cassandra a magic buff. So now you're plugged in, Cassandra. Take yourself off mute and off you go and tell us your story.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you, Cassandra. You're all
right,
supposed to go.
Right. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you. Hi, Edward.
Hello.
And hi, Nadia. Finally get to see you. Look, I'm wearing the magic buff. Look at this. Hi, everyone. I'm from Singapore. And Harry, that was a really amazing story. I want to grow up like you. I want to continue running at 64 and on and on and on and on. Hopefully. And yeah, I don't have any slides presentations, so I'm just gonna share my story of how actually running has shaped me to be what I am today. I actually started running in 2015. That was just like 6 years ago. As Edward was saying, I started running because I wanted to lose the weight after 2 children. I was going through bad marriage. I was going through divorce. My career wasn't doing well. So that's when I started running. And I felt that, you know, after every run, the endorphin that I got really like makes me happy, and continue to run. And of course, you know, I got addicted to running after that. And when I started running, I felt that, you know, all the problems just went away. I'm not sure whether that was a good thing or a bad thing, because it seems that I was running away from my problems. But, you know, it did help me, you know, it did help me to you know, go from day to day. And I lost a bit of weight, and I continued running until in 2017. Unfortunately, I got myself injured. And I realized that, you know, all this time that I was running, I did not really take care of myself. I did not do a proper recovery. I did not do stretching. I did not even know what sports massage is all about, how important sports massage is. And that was when I realized that I want to become one myself, because I realized that there are so many runners out there who got themselves injured, but they do not do a proper recovery, and they probably just rest for a while, and then they would go back running again, and then they got injured again, and the cycle just continued. And so I took up the course in about 2018. I was certified as sports massage therapist, and I started working in a clinic. 2018 was a good year for me. I managed to tick 2 boxes of my bucket list. I managed to do the whole loop of Singapore. Singapore is a small country. One whole loop took me about 136 kilometers. And my friends and I did it in about 27 hours. It was tough, but we did it. So that was the one bucket list tick. Another one was 2018 was the year that I completed my first 100K race in a mountain in Thailand. It was tough. It was raining. It was foggy. I couldn't even see, what was in front of me. And at that point of time, I was thinking that if I would die there or if I would just faint there, nobody would find me. I was in the middle of nowhere at 2 a.m. in the morning. It was raining and it was cold because it was, on top of the mountain. But, I was glad that I made it. 2018 seems to be a good year for me. And that was when I decided to make 2019 as the year of my running. I wanted to go further and I wanted to go, more, go for more races. And that was when I thought of Kalahari. And I've heard so much about this stage race, how good it is, and I told myself that, yep, I want to go. I wanted to go. And it is a 6 days stage race. I've never done it. 260 to me is crazy. I didn't even know whether I would be able to do it, as in the desert. Singapore doesn't have desert, we are a small country, not even a mountain. In Singapore, the highest hill, Edward, I'm not sure whether you've been to Bukit Timah in Singapore. The highest is only 163 meters. That's the highest elevation in Singapore. So mountain, desert is a big challenge for us runners in Singapore. But I was so excited to go. And that's when I decided to train early. Kalahari is always organized in October. And I started training as early as January because I had that goal in mind. Everything went well. I signed up for a few more races along the way as part of the training to go to Kalahari. By March, I thought I was doing well. I was running better. I did a lot of track session. I did a lot of elevation training. I was planning to go to the beach to run and pretend that that's the Kalahari Desert. Well, that's the best that we can do here in Singapore. And but one fun day after my run, after my training, I remember it was in April. I found a lump on my breast, my right breast. It was a lump, and I thought it was just maybe my muscle or my bone. But as a woman's intuition, I felt that something was not right. I went to the doctor, and the doctor immediately asked me to go for a scan, to go for biopsy. And a week later, I was informed that I had a stage 2 breast cancer, and I had to remove my right breast, go through mastectomy as soon as possible, because the tumor was quite huge. I remember it was in a doctor's office, the clinic. And when she told me that, my first reaction was, no, I cannot go through any surgery. I have to go to South Africa. I have to train. Can you postpone until maybe after I come back from Kalahari? And she was like, what is this Kalahari thing? What is more important, your life or Kalahari? I couldn't answer. I was like, in my heart, I was like, Kalahari is more important. But I couldn't tell her that, you know, maybe I was in shock. You know, I was really, I did not know what to do. You know, I couldn't think straight. The only thing that I could think of was, I need to go. I wanted to go. It took me a while. I honestly did not know what to do after that. I couldn't tell my children. I couldn't tell my friends. I couldn't tell my family. I was born and raised in Indonesia. My family is all in Indonesia. It took me a while, you know, for the information to digest and to fully absorb what's happening to me and what's gonna happen to me and what's gonna happen to my job, what's gonna happen to my running, you know, because 2019 is supposed to be my year. I was doing so well, and then suddenly this thing happened. I was like, what am I supposed to do? Maybe I shouldn't tell anyone. Maybe I should just pretend that it's just nothing, you know. Maybe I should just continue with my training. Maybe I would go to Kalahari, and then when I come back, and that's when I would tell people that, yeah, I have cancer, you know. It took me a while before I realized that, yeah, you know, I have 2 kids to depend on me. I think as a mom, I do have the responsibility to live on. Yeah. I may be able to go Kalahari next time, but I only have one life. And I realized that, yeah, I need to really like sit down, calm down, and realize that this is happening, and I need to tackle this. I remember at that time I already signed up for the Vietnam jungle marathon mountain. I managed to buy time, and I managed to go to that race, because I told myself that I needed to go to this race before my surgery, you know, because who knows what will happen, you know. At least, you know, there's no regret. So I managed to go, and I remember the race was so tough. Maybe because I was mentally not prepared because of the news that I was, you know, having cancer and what other things that I was supposed to do. The race was pretty tough, that I decided not to complete the race. In fact, I remember at 38 kilometers, I messaged my daughter in Singapore. I told her that her name is Jerica, and like, Jerica, I don't think I can finish the race. Mama is not going to finish the race. And she replied with a sad face. And I asked her, are you upset? And she just told me one sentence. This is the mama that, this is not the mama that I know. When she said that, my heart just broke. And I knew that I need to finish the race. I was so close to cutoff time. Every checkpoint, I was 5 minutes before the cutoff time. You know, I was like, oh my God. I was like running away. I was just continue to finish. I completed the race. The first thing when I completed the race, I text her. I said, look, I completed the race. It was tough. It was super duper tough. But I completed because you told me to complete it. You know, it's just that sentence made me want to complete the race. And so in June 2019, I went through the surgery. Yeah, I removed my right breast, and I did some reconstruction. in my mind, I was still hoping that by August I'll be okay, that I'll be able to start training again and to be able to go. But after that, I was told that, yeah, I needed to go through chemotherapy. And in my mind, I was like, yeah, maybe chemotherapy at most is about 2 months, 3 months. Because when I asked around my friends, they said that, oh, they have to go through only 4 sessions of chemotherapy. So I said, oh, 4 sessions, maybe it will be done in 2 months or 3 months. But the doctor told me that I had to go through 16 chemotherapy that will last me to about 5 months. My heart broke again. I was like, oh no, 5 months. And I went through it. The first 4 sessions I had to do every 2 weeks. And subsequently, the 12th session, I had to do every week. It was tough, very difficult. It was chemotherapy. Sometimes I just wonder why I had to go through that. Cancer is a toxic, but yet I have to inject another toxic to get rid of cancer. Sometimes I always think that it just doesn't make sense. Chemotherapy kills my my hormones, my messed up with my mind, everything. But it was running really helped me. I was still running through chemo. I couldn't run 15, 20K. I could only run 8, 10. I could, and there were times whereby the chemo made my body swollen because of the retention. My feet were bruised and swollen that I couldn't fit into any of my running shoes. And it hurts. So there were times whereby I was running barefoot. It's just maybe 6K running barefoot, but it was the endorphins. Somehow running, it was running that I was feeling alive again. It was during my run that I could forget that I was going through whatever. Sorry, I said the word shit. Whatever that I was going through. It was through running that I was feeling whole again. I could forget every problem. I could forget what I was going through. And it was running that pushed me through another pain. It helped me to push another day. It helped me to push another chemo treatment. I remember I was telling myself that this chemotherapy, this journey is just like a stage race. Since I can't go for Kalahari, I'm going through my own stage race. Every week is a checkpoint for me because every week I need to count. I remember I wanted to quit halfway. I told my sister, I remember I said, I want to quit. I cannot go through this. It was the 8th treatment. I still have 8 to go. I said, I cannot. No way, no way, no way. Every week is like, no, I cannot. I just refused to. I was angry. I kept on asking, why me? I have 8 siblings in my family. I'm the fittest. I watch what I eat. And yet I have to go through this. Sometimes I just don't have the answer. But the one thing that makes me again to go through that again, my daughter's word. When I wanted to DNF at Vietnam, she told me, that's not the mama I know. that words always remember that. So I told myself, I cannot quit this stage race. I cannot quit. I need to finish this race. There were times, of course, that I couldn't even get up from my bed. I couldn't even open my eyes. I would just, lie down in bed for half a day because really, it really broke me. But as soon as I was able to get up, I would start running again. I was blessed that I had a doctor, my oncologist. At first, she was so against me running because my toes and my fingers were going numb. I couldn't feel anything. And she was worried that because as I was running, I wasn't able to feel anything. But I told her that I know my body well. I listen to my body. And of course, when I run, I would not sprint, just slowly, just to get my endorphins, just to get me through another day. It was then I remember my children were saying that, Mama, actually chemotherapy is not that bad. Look at you. You can still run. And I was like, yeah, okay, it's not that bad. But they have no idea, like why I spend like extra 5 minutes in the shower or, behind the closed doors at night, but I'm glad that my children actually, see me as, be able to go through daily, go through normal life, go through daily activities. And it's been 1 year and 4 months since I completed my chemo. I completed in December 2019. And I haven't stopped running. I am still running. And recently, I injured my knee, but still I'm able to run slow. I've turned to swimming. I've turned to indoor cycling. And I realized that I actually am able to swim further and longer. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, just because I can't run far now, I'm still able to do other sports, and I think through this journey, through this experience, I learned a few things. I think the first thing that I learned is acceptance. I need to accept the fact that, cancer can happen to anyone. There's no answer. I kept on asking. I used to keep on asking me like, why me? I was full of anger, disappointment in my life. Like, why? I do sports. I eat healthy, but why? Why me? But when I learned to accept things, I also learned to let go and to move on. And I'm able to learn how to change this into strength. And I changed this into being more positive and be able to handle this difficult journey. And I think the second thing that I learned through this journey is, to surround myself with good people, people who encourage you, who are there for you. I'm super blessed that I have a few good friends who would check on me now and then, who would even run with me during my chemo. And I had my 2 children. I remember my son, every night, he would come to my room and just sit on my bed. We didn't have to say anything. he was just there. You know, we didn't talk because I was too tired at night. You know, I would just, you know, lie down on my bed and he would just stay there. Sometimes like, what are you doing here? And he was like, nothing. Do you want a massage? You know, things like that. You know, he didn't have to say anything, but he was in my room every single night, almost every single night. And that really meant a lot to me. And, you know, I have friends run with me. Even I have, I think my good friend there, Amy, I think you can see me. I am wearing the finisher's tee. Look, I finished the race. I completed my stage race. She made this finisher's tee for me to show that I have completed my chemo race. Look at this. So yeah, so I completed my race. And it's this, you know, with good vibes people, you know, really kept me going. And also, I also learned that, you know, I need to be grateful, you know, live every day with a grateful heart, you know, live every day, live the moments, and do things that make you happy, that you enjoy, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It can be what? It can be just drinking wine. If that makes me happy, yeah, it makes me happy. It's 6 o'clock in Singapore. It's 6 o'clock. It's happy hour. It's 6 o'clock. Cheers. And you know, or and you know, just wake up in the morning. Cheers. And wake up in the morning and just to tell ourselves that, you know, hey, you know, I wake up today and I have another day to live. To me, you know, throughout this journey, running has helped me a lot, and I'm not going to stop running, and I'm going to continue running. I'm just gonna, like Harry, you know, you started running when you're 64, you know, I want to run until 70 plus, if I have the chance to. And you know what they say, in life we need to have 3 hobbies. The first hobby is a hobby that keep you in shape. I have a hobby. I run, I swim, I cycle. That's my hobby, and those hobbies keep me in shape. The second hobby is to bring you income. I love doing my sports massage. Every day, you know, I look forward to see my clients. I look forward to see my colleagues, and that's my second hobby, and that brings me income. So I've got my second hobby covered. And my third hobby, maybe after the third glasses, I'll be very, very creative. So that's my third hobby, and it's all covered. Yeah, so that's all I have to share today. And yeah, thank you. And cheers.
Thanks, Cassandra. And cheers, absolutely. Cheers. Take my hat off to you with your perseverance and your attitude and your message. I think your message is absolutely stunning, you know. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. I think it's very powerful to, you know, to hear someone's story who's been through some of the challenges and how you've dealt with them. I mean, I can't even imagine what it must be like to try and get up after chemo and run with swollen feet. I mean, wow, you know, just truly amazing. So really appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thank you. I mean, I just had to go through day by day. That's all.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Cassandra, I know you were really nervous about giving your presentation. that was the most powerful and engaging presentation I have ever heard. And you made me,
Thank you.
and you made me cry. So thank you for that. That was just, it was exactly what I thought it would be, actually, from knowing you, from having followed on Facebook. The one thing you didn't touch on, and perhaps it was maybe a little bit too personal, was losing your hair, because I know that was a big thing
Yeah.
for you. Do you want
Yes.
to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. It was devastating because I was hoping that I lost my hair, and not just my hair. I lost my eyebrow. I lost my eyelash. It was devastating because I was hoping that I wouldn't lose my eyelash. I love my eyelash, because I thought I have a nice one. But and I didn't lose it until the 10th treatment. After the 10th treatment, I started losing my eyelash. I can show you a picture. I remember that by the time, like, I removed, every day I had to draw my eyebrow, and at night, when I removed everything, I just didn't want to leave my bedroom. I would stay inside my bedroom because I felt so. Maybe I can show you. It felt so weird. I look weird, I thought. If I can show you a picture. I don't know whether you can see. See that? I lost no eyebrow, no eyelash. That was me. And at that point of time, I just refused to see anyone. I would stay in my room. I was worried that I think so. Yes, thank you. And but I'm glad that now my hair has grown back and it's super curly now. I've never had curly hair before. My eyebrow has grown back, my eyelash has grown back. So yeah, I'm thankful. I'm really thankful. Yeah, but it was devastating. I was so gutted. I was just hoping, especially my eyebrow and my eyelash, all gone. It was all gone. Yeah, but I'm glad that they are back.
It was a real pleasure watching on Facebook as your hair got longer and longer and curlier and curlier. And I think you're amazingly brave to share those photographs. And I think they'll be an inspiration to lots and lots of people. I really don't understand this whole thing about swimming and cycling, but I really do understand the fascination with the Kalahari. And I know Stephen Lee is desperate to take you there.
Yes, I know. He just mentioned to me that if everything's okay, he wants to go in October this year. I see Stephen is there. And hi Nadia, it's finally good to see you. So we'll see. I really hope that one day I'm able to reach Kalahari there to do the race.
Has anyone got any questions for Cassandra?
Yeah, so that was really my question, was around what do you see lying ahead for yourself? Because Kalahari was such a big goal for you, and just wondering, in light of everything that you've gone through, has anything changed about what's on your bucket list and what's important, and what are the big things that you still see lying ahead for you?
I think for now, I go from day to day because after what I have gone through, I realized that I still have my dreams. Yeah, I still have dreams, that is to go to Kalahari, or to be able to to climb mountains again. In fact, you know, I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish 100 miles this time. I've done my 100K, you know, I want to do 100 miles. I'm not sure whether I can do it or not, but at this moment, I am still continue to train. You know, because, you know, I hurt my knee, I'm not able to run far. And that's why now I turn to swimming. You know, I'm still training that I will not lose my endurance. I'm not going to lose my stamina. You know, because of this pandemic, a lot of races have been canceled. You know, a lot of my friends, they have stopped training altogether because they said that no point to train because they don't have any races. But for me, I still want to train because I do not know what tomorrow is going to bring. I remember when I went through surgery, 2 days later, I had to go through emergency surgery because 2 days after my surgery, I had burst arteries. So I had burst arteries, and so I was wheeled into the emergency room to get another surgery. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning when I woke up with a intense pain, and that was the time where I realized that anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I cannot waste any time. I cannot just waste another day, you know, not to go training. I have so many friends asking me, why you run so much, or why you swim so much, why you have to do sports every day. My answer to them is, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, you know, you don't know. So live for the day, you know, seize the moments. Like, back to your questions, I still have those dreams with me, and that's why now I'm still training. But you know, my life is somehow clearer. It's very ironic that going through this journey, going through this cancer and chemo and running actually has put me into a clearer path, into a clearer direction for me. You know, it's strange, but it's true. It's through this a journey that I realized that I need to be focused in my life. That is to focus on my work, on my running and my sports, and of course, you know, most importantly, my kids. And my life has never been clearer. And to be honest, it's and strange but true, but it's through all this setback that I had gone through in my life that now, you know, my life is clearer. Yeah.
Thank you, Cassandra. Anyone else got any questions for Cassandra? I think we're just all too entranced by the honesty.
Yeah.
Can I drink first? I'm
Of
nervous.
course. Yeah, you've absolutely earned the right to have a sip of your wine without a shadow of doubt. So.
And I think that there's the mark of a true ultra runner. They enjoy life in all its businesses. Mine's beer, Cassandra's wine. So yeah, that's it's all about getting it in balance, isn't it? And I don't know if I was lucky enough to run in Singapore. I ran an ultra in Singapore actually, and it is so hard because it's so humid. So I think I don't know whether you go out really early in the morning to run, Cassandra.
I run at all hours because, you know, sometimes my schedule is all around my clients, my patients. So I could be running in like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon where the sun is scorching hot. Yes. And it could be like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was so humid, and there are days whereby, you know, I'm literally breathing in hot air because the weather in Singapore is crazy, hot and humid. Yeah.
Right.
But it's training for Kalahari.
Except there's not too much humidity in the Kalahari, but yeah. All right. So,
Trevor
okay.
Lee wants to pop in with a question, I think.
Yeah, I just want to ask.
No, Trevor Lee, not Trevor Nell, Trevor Lee.
Oh.
The other Trevor. You need to unmute Trevor.
Cassandra, I'd just like to ask you a question about sports massage.
Yeah.
Because I've been a big fan of sports massage
That's good.
for a long time, but I've during lockdown here in the UK, I've not been able to get a sports massage. I've got one booked in, but I've planned to get another one 2 days before the run I'm going to be talking about in a minute. So is that a good idea?
Try to do it at least try to do a sports massage at least 3 days before your race.
3 days, okay.
Yes, so that your muscles will be able to recover, and you during sports massage, your muscle will be a bit tender, you may feel a bit sore, so you need time, for the muscle to recover. 2 days, perfect. So
Okay.
let's say if your race is on Saturday, try to book in a massage maybe like by Wednesday. Yeah, and then Thursday, Friday, rest. Saturday, you can fly.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I'm a big fan of the sports massage. So yeah, great stuff.
That's
Thanks.
good.
Thanks.
Thank you for your story. Brilliant.
And
Thank you.
did you want to come in, the other Trevor?
Yep, just to ask, look, a fantastic story, but I just want to ask your daily training distance. What would you run? I just want to get an idea of how tired I will get just listening to your training regimen.
Well, because every day now I have like about on average 6 to 7 clients that I need to attend. So usually I'll be in the clinic by 9 or 10. So I would wake up at 4 plus to go for my run. Right now I run maybe about 10 to 12K, and then I will go to the pool. I would jump to the pool and swim for another 2K. And after that, if I have time, I would do my cycle on a stationary bike for another hour. So all in all, every day I would train at least about 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Yeah, that's the weekdays. The weekend is my favorite, because the weekend I can do as long as I want without any time restriction. So half a day would be gone. I would do my 20K run, and then 2K swim, and then another hour of indoor cycling.
I'm tired just listening to that.
Yes, I just got.
No, but I'm slow. I'm taking my own sweet time. Enjoy the journey, just enjoy, and have fun. That's the most important thing. Have fun.
And